Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today, backed by popular demand, we're going to be giving you an in-depth look in my stock portfolio and showing you how we are now up to $757,000 since March 18. In this video, we are definitely going to go over my wins, we're going to touch on my losses, but we're also going to show you where I feel and my opinion on where there's still a lot of room for growth in this volatile market for your stock portfolio to grow. So for those of you that are just tuning in and seeing me for the very first time, I'm a 30-year-old real estate investor as well as real estate developer. The reason I say developer is I'm going to share on this channel with you so many projects from the ground up because that is my bread and butter on what we do in real estate. We have 22 properties and growing. We have several offers in this month, so I couldn't tell you where we're going to be at by the end of next, as well as I'm also the director of a large automotive group. On top of all of that, I run several businesses, including a juice bar in Sugar Land, Texas called Main Squeeze Juice Co. So I'm pretty versatile on a lot of the options I'm going to show you. I also have the heart of a teacher, and I can't wait to share more with you, just like my stock portfolio. So let's get back into the video. Now let's get into the current market and all of those crazy current market events. The Dow now currently sits at $27,572, nearly wiping out all of those pesky losses for 2020. The market's done this even with unemployment claims reaching nearly 42 million. We also have states that are opening up slowly but surely, which is definitely allowing the market to grow. Even though the job market is far from fixed, we are seeing really good and unexpected job increases, even though unemployment claims are still rolling in. These new jobs have now led to the massive Dow up day of 829 points on Friday just last week. The US seems to have a ton of steady growth coming its way, being that we still have another stimulus on the horizon, as well as states are continuously opening up and providing more and more opportunities to get a lot of that job loss back. And all of this is in lieu of an illness that is no one's fault, no one could possibly have predicted, as well as murder hornets, now hurricanes, and possibly a meteor coming towards us. That part is still, I haven't seen it on YouTube, and I've only seen it a few times on social media. I'm waiting for NASA. So if the meteor's coming, just letting you know you've heard it here first. This week will be a huge test to see exactly where the market's headed, especially after all of this growth. Will the market continue its journey up? Will it plummet and retouch its bottoms and retest the lows? Or will it trade flat and stay right where we're at for many weeks to come? Wow, what a fantastic time to be investing. So just since June 1st, we have seen over 2,000 points growth into the Dow. And so if anyone is investing at all, you are seeing tremendous gains as long as you're investing in really good companies that you believe in. Got to put that in there because some people might still be losing. But what ends up happening is you are seeing a ton of growth, and I'm sure you're very excited. And that's what we can't wait to share with you in this video. So here's one of my favorite type of tips. So I call these pro tips. So what I'm about to share with you is just that right there in a nutshell, a pro tip on how to better yourself during these types of markets. If you have no money in the market right now or very little, and you're looking at my portfolio just going, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Well, the reason that we use Kayla as well is because Kayla is a real estate agent. She does a tremendous job, and she invested $10,000 in her first video, and then she also put $25,000 total. She's only invested $17,000, and she's seen growth all the way to $50,000 or nearly. I'd have to have her numbers right here in front of me to tell you that, but she has seen tremendous growth in her portfolio. So here's what I tell you. I tell you right now, the number one thing I can tell you if you have very little money in the market, no money in the market, is learn. Learn every single thing you can. In 2008, I put $7,000 of my own money at an 18-year-old kid selling cars, saving my money, putting in the market because that's what my brothers were doing, and so I did it too. I built that to $45,000. I had both of my brothers looking at me like I was crazy. They're like, how is this punk kid doing this stuff? And it was because I get obsessed. The thing is, at the time, I knew what I knew and I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought the market was about this big, but the market is infinitely wide and there's so much more that can happen. I ended up losing all of my money, and you know what I did? I took that as a learning experience, and I decided that in the event I had a shot, in the event that an event like this happened, whether it was a recession or a black swan event that no one could ever have predicted, I would be ready. And I hope you guys that have been on this channel, or I hope the guys that are just tuning in, when I say you guys, I mean everybody out there watching on YouTube, I hope you think I am fulfilling that promise to myself, because I am giving it every single thing I have to be as successful during this time. And I think it's really turning out to be a good investment. So before we get into the numbers on this video and show you my stock portfolio, I've got a special treat for you. So one of my absolute favorite YouTubers is Graham Stephan. He is the pioneer when it comes to financial channels. Before he started doing this, no one was doing it. And here's the thing, Graham has over 2 million subscribers and makes about $2 million. Now, he's never released that data, but the last time he made a video, he makes 1.6 million, and he's probably gotten another 500,000 subscribers since then. Graham does this by YouTube. He also has a second channel, as well as he has courses, and then he's also a real estate agent. So I enjoy Graham. He's probably the reason I actually started filming these for our audience. And I am on a page with Graham where he does live streams, and it's his mentoring page. And on this mentoring page, I asked him if I got my stock portfolio over $1 million, would he put me on his show? And here's what he said.
My biggest jump is XSPA. They started COVID testing in airports. Wow, it's up 450% for me, and I'm up $250,000 overall. Very cool time. Wow, might even make money, Graham money this year. Oh my God, you can always do reaction to my portfolio if you need material. Congratulations. Oh my God. Okay, when are you selling that? I'm curious, because that's enough profit for me to be like, I'm taking my winnings. I'm taking my profit off the table. I sell like 80%, keep 20. I would be careful about that. Because here's the, once this starts to simmer down, I feel like the demand for that might start going down too over the next few months. So I'm saying you want a stock like that you write up, you want to get out before it starts peaking, like right before the peak. But wow, congratulations, man. Regarding the do or do not sell question, sadly, on the 450% return, I only have $2,300 invested. Oh, the total gain is $12,000. That's just cool to look at. My growth is in cruise lines, oil, gas, and gaming stocks. My answer is when I'm ready to sell. I'm a big fan of holding, but it's a riskier stock. I'll buy, sell, make money when they come back in again or when it goes down. Not a day trader, but a month trader. I'm looking at holding a year to long-term capital gains, but I've already sold a few and bought back in. Also done $60,000 on my XPSU short. Let's make a deal. I've invested $500,000 and my account goes to $1 million. You review it. That would be cool content for your channel, and you'll be helping out a struggling YouTuber. All right, you get it to $1 million, and I'll do something on the second channel reviewing it. I think that's fair. That's your motivation. Got to get to $1 million.
Wow, so how awesome would that be for me to be on the Graham Stephan show, and how awesome would that be for him to react to our video? Hopefully link our channel in the description. So if you guys follow Graham, know who he is, and enjoy his videos, please comment below if you'd like to see me and him do a collaboration some way in the future. So currently I have right at $500,000 invested in the market. Now, after all of this amazing growth and all of these amazing days in the market, that portfolio has now grown to nearly $757,000. Now, I don't know about you, but that is an amazing number. And hey, if we get to $1 million, we're going on the Graham Stephan show. That's a growth of nearly $328,000. You heard me, $328,000. If you put that into percentages, that is a 66% growth. Now, you might be asking yourself, hey Grant, can you do math? Well, let me explain. I did tell you that I invested $500,000 and the market is now $757,000. But we're gonna get into exactly why those numbers don't jive in just a second. Here's a screenshot of my portfolio, and as you can see, it's only showing up a $238,548 gain. Now let me explain why you won't see the full gain right here, and it'll also give you a better idea of how to look over your accounts and understand exactly where your investments are at. So the number I just shared with you, my total gain, also includes my biggest loss of $66,120. Now, I do understand that that is a humongous loss, but in stocks, you never lose it until you sell it. This one, on the other hand, is SPXU. It's that short that, that's right, the same short I made my biggest financial mistake on, and clearly I haven't learned my lesson yet. But I would say that I've hedged my bets better than ever before, learned from my past mistakes, and yes, still have the same taste for risk. This also doesn't show my nearly $22,000 win when I sold my SSL or Sasol stock in the video that I titled How I Doubled My Money in Just 1 Month. It also doesn't show a few other smaller investments that I have sold, like for instance, Waiter. So Waiter is a delivery service that was started in Louisiana. Tillman Fertitta bought it from some local investors who created it here, and it has been a huge win and a huge loss for this city. And the reason is Waiter is probably one of those bigger bets, just like Sasol. And what ended up happening is some of these stocks could have been a lot better. So for instance, I did make a little money with this one, but I owned 10,000 shares of Waiter at $1.30, and I sold it at $1,000 profit. And if I would have held it for 3 more days, I would have made a $33,000 return, because instead of making a few cents, I would have made a few dollars per 10,000 shares. And boy, wouldn't that have been fun to add to the portfolio. But you win some and you lose some, and you can never be mad at a profit that you made. On Friday's massive Dow run of over 800 points, I ended up being up $80,000 at the highest point when the Dow was well over 1,000. By the end of the day, it closed to right at $54,000 of profit, which was an amazing day, especially for my portfolio, Kayla's portfolio, and many, many other friends that I have mentored and shared all of this knowledge with that I'm doing right here for you. Now, come Monday, I was kind of expecting something crazy, and I was also thinking it was going to be down. I'm also not really sure, and as you can see behind me, you can see the time. It's Tuesday at right around 12:30, and I expect tomorrow to kind of be down, but it just seems to keep going up. And after Monday, on that awesome 400-point up day for the Dow, I was up another $55,500. I'm telling you, it has been amazing to watch this market, and I know any investors out there that have put money in and taken the risk are really enjoying the rewards right now. So now let's take a look at my actual portfolio. I've given you a pretty good overview of what's been going on in my actual portfolio, the overall market, but let's give you an individual look at my big wins and my big gains as far as percentages, so that way you can make a better choice in your next stock purchase. So first up, let's go through my biggest percent wins. So this stock right here is XSPA. It's nearly up 400% at its highest point that I've owned it. They're just starting COVID testing in airports. However, I know 400% sounds great. You're like, that's why he's up so much. But truth be told, I only have $2,760 invested in this stock. I have a profit of $11,373. And today it actually fell because a lot of people bought in yesterday. It actually fell to 372% and a return of around 10.5. My next largest return in the percent that I'm up is Sasol, or SSL. And that's right, you heard me. The same one that I made $22,000 in, I ended up waiting for the market to go back down, and I ended up buying Sasol at $3.49 a share, and I have 6,000 shares of it. It ended up going up 198% return, and I have a $36,529 profit, and that brings a total profit in Sasol to $58,500 in just 2 months. Next up will be Norwegian Cruise Line, and as you can see, I've got 1,500 shares of Norwegian Cruise Line. I've got it for really close to its 52-week low, and it is up 187% return for me, and that is just spectacular. Next up is my favorite stock, and I still feel like it's the one that got away. Royal Cruise Line, okay? So RCL is up 135%. Now let me explain Royal Cruise Line. I found out about Royal Cruise Line's upside because I just went with the media. The mainstream media says, hey, look, Carnival's the biggest, go after Carnival. Well, when you're looking at these companies, they're very similar. Carnival is the biggest, but Royal has a lot larger stock price. So what ends up happening is when I look at it, Royal had over $105 upside, where Carnival, Carnival is down to $8 and their trade at 52-week high is about $54. So Royal is going to go probably, hopefully, back up to $135 a share. Now, whether it takes a year, 2 years, 5 years, I'm willing to wait for them. But I am up 135% and I only have 1,100 shares of Royal. And that is one place where I feel like I'm kicking myself that I should have bought more when I had the opportunity. My last largest percent up stock would be Penn Gaming. So this is a stock that a lot of people told me to stay away from. When it comes down to your money, Dave Ramsey says it best. Only you know what to do with your money. And that's why he tells a lot of people to, when you inherit money, get money, save some money, retire, and you want to invest it in something else or whatever, sit on it for a little while so that way you can figure out what's best for your money. No one will ever manage your money like you will, and I do feel that I listened a little too good to everyone else around me, and I was already investing so much, I held back on this particular investment. So I only owned 300 shares of Penn Gaming, but Penn Gaming has opened up a few casinos like Le Berge du Lac, which is in Lake Charles, Louisiana, where I live, and they are up 143% right now, and I do expect all of my other gaming stocks like MGM, Golden Nugget, and all the rest to do the same when they reopen in full, because Golden Nugget's also up pretty good, but not up enough for me to bring up in this video. Now for the good part. My biggest stocks as far as dollars or profit that are up right now. First up is Carnival Cruise Line, or CCL. I have 5,000 shares of Carnival and I own it for right at $13.19 per share. I'm currently up $58,595.44. And I'm hoping that the market is up again today, since it's technically Tuesday. While I made this video, it went from Monday to Tuesday. But we will see what happens. A close second is Royal Cruise Line. Once again, my favorite stock, the one that got away. And the reason I say that is I really do wish, and once again, you got to do more research before you start clicking the buy button. And if I would have put as much into Royal as I have Carnival, it would be a crazy time. Here's the thing. Royal, I have 1,100 shares, and I have it very close to its 52-week low, and I had it at its 52-week low, but I did buy more on the way up. I have it for $31.85 per share, and I am currently up $47,590. Next up is Sasol, or SSL, and yes, Sasol is going to be on this list as well as Royal for the highest percentage as well as the highest return. So Sasol is also one of my biggest gambles. So Graham asked in his live chat, what was I going to do as far as sell or keep? Because once again, when at the time of the live chat, I was only up $250,000, and that's still a huge amount of money. So no matter what I make this year, we're going to tack on $250,000 if I end up selling by the end of 2020. But I would like to keep and hold for that long-term capital gains. But being this is one of my biggest gambles, you never know if I'm going to sell it or hold it. And Sasol is up right at $36,529, and I own it for $3.49. My last big profit stock that I'm going to share with you is Norwegian Cruise Line. So once again, just like the other ones, highest percent as well as highest profit. And I own 1,500 shares of Norwegian at darn near its 52-week low at $9.33, and it is up 187% for a total profit of $26,283. A few honorable mentions that didn't make it to the full list are United Airlines for a really nice profit of $24,471, ExxonMobil or XOM for a total profit of $12,174, OXY for a total of $15,184, and Delta Airlines with a profit of $13,329. So as you can see, a lot of my profit is coming from my biggest investments, which are in cruise lines. So much so that if you actually add up Royal, Norwegian, and Carnival, we have a total profit of $132,500 to the portfolio from just those. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see what the market has next for my portfolio. And I understand this seems a little bit of a flexy video. It's not. The reason that I do these videos, the reason that I'm so completely open with my portfolio is so that way you can learn. The reason that Kayla was willing to come on here and put her portfolio on here was so that way you could see someone else on a smaller scale. And you guys can watch this video and get mad or say, but Grant, why would I do that? My $200, my $2,000, my $20,000 is all I have. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people, no matter if it's $200 or $2 million, have the same amount of risk when it comes down to, that's all I've got. I would say that the $200 person has a whole lot less risk. So if you don't have a whole lot of money to invest, you don't have as much to lose. Oh, Grant, how dare you say that? Here's the thing. How much harder is it for the person that puts it all in the field, leaves it all in the game, and puts all of their $2 million, which I couldn't fathom, in the market and it lose? So all I'm telling you is to get in the market, watch these videos, and keep pushing forward. And as I said, I definitely want to share a stock tip with you, or two, that I do feel there's still a lot of room and a lot of growth in the future. Now, this one I haven't researched as much, which would be Cinemark. I'm not even going to give you the ticker symbol because you need to go research it on your own. Cinemark, they still haven't really gotten a lot of business going. They still haven't really gotten everything up and running, and AMC has a lot of bad press about it not possibly making it. So I couldn't tell you. I haven't put a lot of research into it, but I do own Cinemark. It's still only $6 higher than at where I own it, and Kayla owns it at about $8 less than where it's currently at. The big one that I do think that is still risky, but a very good option would be CCL, or Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line, before all this stuff happened, had the best year in its predictions. It also had a ton of new ships because they were expecting a lot more cruises. Cruises are now being looked at from the younger people because it's an affordable trip and you can see a lot of places without having to unpack. And on top of that, before all this happened, Carnival did not have a lot of debt. They were a company that was using literally 40% debt to grow, and that's 60% capital. So when it all comes down to it, I do still see Carnival having a 50% return as long as the market continues going up and they all start cruising in August, like they said. So keep in mind, the stock market prices for those particular stocks are rising and they haven't even started cruising yet. Keep that in mind for your future investments. And as I said earlier, this week will definitely determine a lot of the direction that the Dow will be going and the market in general. Whether the market continues to go up and powers through all of these amazing gains, or we retest a few of these most recent losses and kind of not really get back to the $18,000 range, but there's always the option of us going back down. So all I'm telling you is to be very leery with your stock investments, because once again, we're in a black swan event that only happens if something like an illness pops up or some type of crazy event. And no one knows the answer to what's going to come next, but I do see the market as a very positive force. I do see the market going up, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. We'll still have some down days, so definitely be prepared for that. So that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoy videos like this, please demolish that like button, as if you are buying a stock, hear me now, that might go up to 400% and above. On top of that, please subscribe to our channel. We are going to have so much content and share everything with you as transparent as we possibly can, and to give you such a good roadmap for your personal journey as well. On top of all that, please hit the notification bell to tell you every single time that we post. We post every Wednesday and Friday, and we always want to bring you the absolute best content. So please comment anything you'd like to see in future videos, or anything you saw out of this video that you very much enjoyed, especially if you like Graham's little shout out about if you get to $1 million, I'll show you some support and put you on the channel. On top of all of that, I hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and I will see you on the next one.